Alright guys, community analysis video number 6, I think. Let me turn on some lights so you can see my face. Give me a sec. Yeah, that's better. Alright, so we've got another match. We've got 2. So I'm assuming it's like set 1 and set 2. We are looking at the guy in the far side here. White shoe is the lefty. So yeah, haven't seen any of this. Actually, that's a lie. I've seen like a minute of it. But let's get started. Did I already miss a point? Yeah, I did. Let's start here. Alright, so a few things. Here, you're preemptively moving towards the back, which can be good if you're right, and it can be wrong if you're not right. I haven't seen like enough of this game to comment more than that. Just keep that in mind. And also your racket should be higher, just simply because they're going to play a backhand. It's going to go over the net, right? It's very unlikely that they're going to smash. So keep that in mind. Here, I would have not played a drop. If you play a drop, don't play it to the middle. I've talked about this in the past with other community analysis videos, but middle shots are typically neutralization shots, right? This dude is already under pressure, like you've made him use his backhand. So ideally you would make him play, or you would play a straight shot because, one, it's easier for you to pull off. Two, it's going to be faster. If he's playing a backhand shot from this corner and you play a straight, that's the longest diagonal in the game, right? And he's already under movement pressure, so continue adding pressure. Let's see what happens here. Okay, that was a good recovery shot, not bad. I think here your base position is too far back. Like you're like, oh shit, he's pushed me to the late corner. I'm gonna do a clear, which it was good. It was good height, good pace, everything. But you shouldn't just like automatically assume they're gonna play a smash, right? I can't. Yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, I couldn't see like his position because this guy was blocking it. But like, if you play clear, you need to take you need to take into consideration how is the opponent taking this. Are they like committing a lot of energy and getting to it early? Are they getting to it just in time? Or are they getting to it slightly late? That kind of thing. But regardless, like yeah, this position was way too far back. I think like this is the service line. Yeah, so it's a little too far back. I don't know if that was in or not. I guess it was in. That was in, yeah. The only slight critique I have, like this was a good point, well set up, is if you play like a cross net like this, you cover up, but like look at your base position. Like if he was to play a straight, you would be like under so much pressure. Like if you're gonna play like a net return like that, your base position needs to be like straight and at the tee. Like this is just me again critiquing and giving you suggestions because it seems like you're a decent player. So this is gonna be a little bit more nitpicky than what I've usually done in the past. Okay, so this flick was way too short. I don't know if you like noticed that immediately, but like the guy didn't even move, right? Like ideally a flick should be high and it should be all the way to the back, right? If you see pros play, like their flicks are basically like short, long serves. Like it should be annoying to get to them. So yeah, work on the flicks. Yeah, you did your best. Okay. So if you see a dude do like this, they're not going to be able to produce that much power. So like, again, you should stay in the base position and watch to see what they do first before you're moving. So far your assumptions are correct. But I have a feeling that eventually, like later down this game, you're gonna misanticipate something that if you had a little bit more discipline and prep for, you wouldn't have. Yeah, okay. So like that looked like a clear to me. I was wrong myself. So like you were moving back for a clear, right? And it turns out that he played the short side. If you had stayed, you know, at the tee and not moved until he played the shot, you could have driven that down and probably won the point right there. So here again, I would have played a straight shot. And also your drops need a little bit more pace. Where is it? Like there's so much height um, when the birdie is crossing the net. So like ideally in training and in drills, I assume you do coaching or you get lessons. Like you need to aim to have this birdie like lower. It needs to be, a little bit sharper, a little bit more pace to really be like something that you can rely on. All right. So good flat drive here. I like this. Good. So here, you should have played a straight. I don't know why you're playing across. This was not a good tactical decision. Like, you already put him under pressure, right? Like, he's taking this so late. And, like, he's here. Like, his base position is right here. He's like, what is this guy going to do? Like, because he played, a fast shot to you and you were there. So he's the one screwed. If you had played a straight, again, he's already in this back left corner. Like, he's got to run a long while. But yeah, you play across a pretty loose one at that. You let him back in the rally. And now now you're the one under pressure. He should have won that point. Yeah, like you see, like he was already like, yeah, this is a game over. So let that be a lesson. A little bit better on the flick. Let's aim for the second line. Okay, no. So here, I would have just played a drop. There was no need to like trick him. I think that's what you were trying to do here. But the thing is, if you're gonna try and do that, you can't let your racket tip all the way down like this. Because it's awkward to flick it back up. You need like a lot more wrist strength than if you were to just like do that. I don't know if that made sense, but yeah, like yeah. Again, the same thing. Like you play the cross, and actually also, let's see. These shots need a little bit more intent. Like you're taking the step forward, you're attacking the low serve somewhat, which is good, but you can be a little bit more dangerous, have a little bit more pep in your step, and that's just gonna make your service returns a lot more effective. The opponent is going to be more timid. You're going to be able to reach the shot higher, that kind of thing. So this is the same return you did a few rallies ago, and like you're basically banking on them lifting, which again is working out, but in the future it may not. Different opponents might realize this. Just be a little bit more disciplined in your base position here. Was that out? Okay. What's going on? Where'd it go? So a few things. So let's break this down, right? Okay. So the guy is shooting, or he's taking the rack, or he's taking the shuttle at this position, which means every shot he can play is going to be upward, right? So your racket needs to be above the net. Like, this is singles. Yes, this is a slower paced game, but If you take, like, for example, this round in particular, if your racket was up here and he plays like this is a flat drive or it's a flat lift, you would have been able to cut it off. You wouldn't have to do the late backhand recovery. You could have just kind of jumped and cut it off like that, and that would have saved. It would have saved this rally. It would have let it keep going. Okay, equal. So again, like, yeah, like taking the shot a bit higher. Not always relying on crosses either. Every serve return that I've noticed has always been a cross, so add some variety. Good. Better, better. Was that out? Was it in? So here, a middle shot was fine. I don't know your playstyle, but like a middle clear there is a fine shot. Not bad. I was gonna say it needs a little bit more pace, but that just comes with practice. The other thing is, like, if you see the guy like taking like this, and at this level, like, it's very hard to produce a quality shot. You don't need to be so scared. Your racket definitely doesn't need to be this low. You can afford to be a little bit what's the word, closer to the tee, looking for the short shot, because, like, have you tried playing a backhand clear from this compromise of a base position? It's really hard. So if they do attempt to play a clear, it's not going to go all the way back to the baseline. Fine. I want to see. Interesting base position. Good split step. Yeah, it's a good rally. Everything here is good. Was it in? Yeah, it was. Yeah, just again working on the pace and the angle on the drops, but I was fine with that. Let me check one more thing. Yeah, you were following up on the shot. You were going back to the center. Yeah, A plus. Good flick. Better flick, I guess, is what I want to say. So at this level, it looks like the reverse slice is a fairly new shot to you. And I don't really think it's necessary. You could have just gotten away with just playing like a regular cross drop shot. That would have been fine as well. Or even like a half smash cross. I would have your racket a bit higher. Yeah, like your base position is quite lazy. Yeah. Have it, like, if you, like, again, look at pros like Momoda, Antonsen, Axelsen, a lot of them prefer like the neutral grip of like holding it like this. It's still up. You can have the attacking serve as well if you have a more aggressive playstyle, but yeah, just regardless, this is too low. Fine. Better drop. Yeah. Again, try and aim for the corners. Don't play these shots to the middle if you can. Good. Okay. Again, look at your positioning of your feet. You know, you seem to understand the concept of a split step, and you understand that when you push from one corner, you're going to move in the opposite direction. This feet position suggests that you're only covering this front net, so you're looking for a drop, or you're looking for a cross clear. The front drop, I understand, but the cross clear is an unlikely shot. And if you play a lift, you know, naturally you want to play a defensive, like neutral split step. unless you have good anticipation. And I think honestly, it was the footstep or it was the foot positioning here that basically led you to not be able to get the shot because like it was a fairly easy shot to get to. So keep that in mind.
What am I doing?
Okay, so
What am I doing?
good attempt. I have a feeling that you're like you're taking this, yeah, you're taking this a bit far. Like, it looks like you're taking it around the T line, and that's basically the beginning of the dead zone. Like, you really cannot play an efficient spinning net shot from that range. Even if you do pull it off, it's so far from the net, it loses its spin once it gets to the net. So you're just playing like a shot with a lower percentage that has the same effect of a just regular net shot. So just keep. I guess the moral of the story for this point was just like be realistic with your skills and your positioning in the situation. Okay, so here, good lift. So here you can be a little bit more aggressive on the front hand corner. It seems like he has a really bad like neutralization shot. I've seen poor shots on his rear back court when he's late, and this was a pretty bad shot as well. So you can afford to be a little bit closer again with the racket above the net. Yeah, like he's visibly frustrated with that. So also tactically, if you see that, if you see a person visibly frustrated with a shot, you need to keep playing those shots and punishing them until that doesn't work. So like in future service returns, I would like to see more of that if that's what works. And so like here, I was telling you earlier that like eventually one of your anticipations is going to go wrong. Like you basically, you served this shot and your base position did not change at all. Yeah, like you didn't move, you just did a split step. But you got to remember, like when you serve, you always got to protect the most dangerous shot, which is typically the straight short shot. So like if you were like, actually like a little bit closer, that was so high. Like that was just an easy kill. Okay, so here we're anticipating a smash. You can see like just how heavy your feet land. Oh, sorry, I was pointing with my finger. How heavy you're like and flat-footed you are. Try and be a little bit lighter on your feet. You played an okay lift to the middle, a neutral defensive shot. Like have some confidence in your shot selection. Be a little bit lighter on your feet. You get this clear back, good distance. You got out of a sticky situation. Good. Happy. Good neutralization shot. So there is no problem with playing the same shot twice. Yeah, like especially we'll take a look at his base position. Like look how far away he is. Like even if you play like a loose like straight drop, it's got to be like really bad. It's got to be like at least 2 racket lengths over the net for him to actually run up and kill it. He's so far away. Like if you technically can't play the cross, just play the straight again. Like pros even do it. They'll play the same shot twice to the same corner. It's an effective shot because it kills all of their momentum. They have to basically kill everything and go back in the same direction. So like it's fine to play the same shot again, basically. And you've got to be careful with crosses, especially under pressure like this, because if you had gotten to this, you were running a very long diagonal. Yeah, again, the service needs a little bit more work. Just aggressive, and the lift, like mid court. He didn't have to move. Yeah. All right. Okay. Where was I? Sorry, I just paused the recording so I could take a call. There, the racket position a little bit better. Again, move up. Yeah. Good. No, 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 no. This was a good lift. This shot here, you don't need to lift it back. You could just play a soft block and it's fine. It's a good reply. It's a default reply in this situation, especially if you're caught off guard. Because, like, look at that. Good. Was it in? Nothing you can do there. Just work on defense drills. Yeah, again, like, see now at that point, like, you could tell by how fast he's moving. He's noticed, okay, this man is probably going to play across. You can tell, like, look at his footwork here. Look how fast that is. Like he was expecting that. And like I told you, like to vary it up. I don't know why. I'm not trying to sound aggressive. I just get very passionate about this, so don't take it the wrong way. That needs a little bit more height. So there's a few things. So a cross shot, you are playing the shot. Like if you imagine the birdie, you're playing it here. You're playing it towards the opponent, right? So your shot needs to be of higher quality than a straight, because it's got to cover a longer distance. It's going through the opponent, and you're opening up the court. So if you play across, it's like it's got to be fast. It's got to be high. Like he was able to catch this off. It looks like he was anticipating a flat lift here, which is even worse. And if you see this, like likely they're going to play a straight. Why? If you play across, you're opening up your side of the court, and the most default response is to cover the straight. So, yeah. Good. It's fine. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes, like, the easiest shots or the most effective shots are just the most basic ones. So neutralization shots don't need to land super tight to the net. Um, like drop shots that are super tight to the net are like, anyways, like difficult, like under a normal situation. And they're not typically necessary because when you play against better people that have faster footwork, the slower shots are actually like not as effective. Um, in a neutralization shot, you're looking for a shot that lands around here, actually, and that has a little bit more pace. Um, and the reason why you want to do that is because if it has a little bit of pace, they can't attack it as easily. But if it has too much pace, then they're just going to drive you back. So it's got to be a balancing act. But yeah, and under pressure, don't try and play a super soft shot like that. Like you can have a little bit of pace. Out. Not only is it out, like it's super short. Like that's like if it was in, that was probably like a side step and a half smash. Let me look at one more thing. Oh wait, did I skip ahead or something? Yeah, I did. All right, so when you're playing a fast lift, your swing action can't be that big. Um, you need to think of like fast or flat lifts as almost like pushes or drives. And like, so how is your swing action when you're doing a drive, right? It's short, it's crisp, it's, precise, you could call it. So it's the same thing with the flat lift, right? You need to hold it and then boom, boom, boom. Like have some confidence with your shots. Like that's the biggest thing for me, at least it was mentally. Yeah, like when you play it like this, but you're trying to play it fast and flat, it ends up being like slow, ends up being a little bit hard to control. Plus, it also gives the opponent a bigger tell of what you're about to do, right? Like if you're holding the racket up like this, and you can play a net like this, or you can play it like a drive like that, that's a lot harder to tell than if you're doing this. Good? Oh, unlucky, 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 unlucky. Good. Good attack clear. No, what are you doing? No. Like I guess are you sorry, like I assume this is like a serious competition because like you would never do this in a serious competition. Um the guy is out of camera, like I don't even know where he is. Like you literally just had to play straight across, it would have been fine. Nice. I'm guessing this is casual. Good. So when you're approaching for a net shot, you need to start with the racket as like net height and then move down and adjust as the birdie falls down. You shouldn't start with the racket low and move up. And the reason why you do this is because having a high racket is just more intimidating. And having it high will allow you to get to it like slightly at a better contact point than if you're going starting at like a low position and moving up. The way I've been told is like when approaching nets is like your racket should be at this point and it should feel or it should look like your racket arm is jerking you into different corners. That was a really good like imagery for me that my coaches have told me. So all right, so a few things. Um, it looks like you're defending for a smash. Your footwork here is a little bit more correct. You should be looking for the straight shot, but you like aren't under pressure and you're in a stable position, so there should be no reason for you to take the backhand clear with another backhand clear. Like I get it's you're around the forehand inside, you're a lefty, but you have the time to get behind it and play something with power or that can threaten. Better flick. All right, so let's see what happens here. All right, so it looks like you're anticipating a smash, but again, you've got to look at the guy's position. A flick is normally going to be a a shot that catches people off guard, and people off guard aren't going to be in position to play a quality smash, right? Like look here, he's surprised. Look how he's taking it, right? Like there's no, he's just catching it. Like there is no forearm rotation there. It's literally just his arm. It's literally just this. And most people have to be like very physically big to produce a threatening smash just doing this, right? And he's pretty skinny. So like you shouldn't be that worried about the smash. And in the past when you flicked, what did he do? he played, sorry, when you did good flicks, what did he do? He played drops and he played clears. So you shouldn't be so committed mentally to the smash. Again, take the shots higher. Like yeah, like you're like look, you're again in a stable position. You know where the shot is coming. It's a serve. Like there's no reason you should be taking it this low at all. Um, yeah. So like what I said earlier, I'm trying not to repeat myself. Like be a little bit closer to the tee. Yeah. So bad flakes get smashed. Good flakes get dropped. What happens is, all right, we're gonna continue on to the second one. This will probably be like an hour long analysis at this point, but the few things that I've said, I'll try and summarize here before we go into the second game. So one, more aggressive and more intentional service return. So what does that mean? It means, having a more aggressive stance, having a higher racket, having explosiveness, and reaching the shot as early as you can, like you would in doubles, even if it is singles, right? Number two, covering the most dangerous shot. So if you play a cross net, what is the most dangerous shot? A straight net in reply. So have your bias mentally and physically for the straight dangerous shots. What else? Flat lifts need to be with a smaller swing action, with a little bit more, what's the word? I guess like pep. And you shouldn't be worried about them catching it off guard, right? So if you play a fast lift, like it should be as flat as you can get it and without getting away. But from what I saw earlier, it looked like you were trying to play a fast lift, but like kind of like also a high lift. It seemed very like non-committal. It seemed like you wanted both, right? You wanted the height to make them move, but you also wanted the pace to make them under movement pressure. But like you just simply can't do both. You pick one or the other, and you calculate the risk. Like, are they going to get this? Or are they going to not? Cross lifts need to be higher and faster than straight lifts. There's a few occasions where you played like cross flat lifts with similar quality, like you did with the straights, and they were punished immediately. Um, if you play a good quality lift, you shouldn't overcommit mentally and physically to the smash. There was a few times where like he would play clear or drop, and it seemed hard for you to get. And the last thing, don't be afraid to play the same corner twice. Like there was a neutralization position earlier where you played a straight drop. It was very good quality. He gets it back and pushes you to the same corner again, and you try and play across and you miss. Oh, and the reverse slice. In like a serious competitive situation, don't be playing shots that you aren't confident with, right? Don't be given easy points. Like if you're in a position like that, and the only shot you can confidently play is a straight, then play the straight. If it's a good quality shot, like yes, they're gonna know it's a straight drop, but if they don't drive it or punish it, then it's fine. The rally continues, and you look for an opportunity elsewhere. Okay, Jared versus Michael 2. This is doubles. No? Okay, so this camera is way too close. I can't tell your length on your shots, length like clears and lifts wise. So I'm gonna speculate on that, and I'm gonna try not to talk about it as much because I can't see the lines. So let's go. It's hella loud. Give me a sec. Okay. Yeah, that was better. That was like better. You're taking it higher, a bit flatter as well. Ah, he's trolling, he's trolling. So in that position, you need to be like whacking it as hard as you can. You're taking it super late. You're taking it super low, and at that point, it's just power over technique. It's a frantic shot. You're just trying to get back in the rally. Because like if this again was serious, just smash it down. So again, like there's no need to play the slice. Like look, you play reverse slice, it's higher than normal, it's slower than normal, and you play to the middle, so there's no movement pressure on the opponents. Like technically, like until your technical capabilities with the reverse slice get better, I would say like don't use it at all, because like it's not doing you any favors in the situation, and he's just like easily moving you to the other corner, and like the same thing again. Like again, if this was a serious situation, the first point he could have just drove down. The second point was almost identical. Again, you play a straight, you need to cover the straight. But you're like before he plays his shot, like your body language is already moving back this way, right? And like if that had gone over, would have just been it would have been rough. That looked like a good shot from him. I can't tell if that was good height or not. We're gonna assume the fact that he smashed it, it was a bad flick. Good. Smash. Good. I would have played a straight. The straight shots are just over or underrated here. I think, yeah, unlucky. It was a fine smash either way. Good, good. You just seem to have a tendency to play cross shots when the game could be a lot faster and more threatening if you played more straights. Good. Yeah, so a few things. So again, your base position is far. He plays a tumbling net shot, right? You're taking it this low. Like it's very unwise to play another tumbling net shot. Like your two options realistically are to play a cross or to play a straight lift. I would say at this level, you know, and at any level, honestly, the straight lift is the one that's more consistent and the one that's probably more easy to pull off, right? So, because he was ready for it. Like if he had gone over, he probably would have just punished you anyways. Good. That was better footwork. Way too high. Okay, let me hold on. What is going on? What happened with this lift? Did it like clip the net? Regardless, you reacted well. So there, I would say work on your footwork because you're taking it like you would take like a late recovery shot, even though it was like a high lift and you had plenty of time. Yeah, you could have gone behind that shot. Um, Again, drop is like super high. In, out. Yeah, yeah. So again, playing the crosses and not covering the straights is just going to get you punished. I'm assuming this match was done right after the first one. So like even if this was an opponent you've never played, you've never seen before, like the guy knows at this point your tendencies of playing cross and you not covering. And just another example of it. Like yeah, I go. All right, let's look at that right. Notice how the only straight shot you played forced an unforced error. Like you won the point from the only straight shot you played, right? And I'm doing this just so you can see, like, you need to play more straight shots, right? This cross fat lift, fine, gets the backhand clear. You do another cross smash, and like again, he has more time to get it, right? You do another cross lift, again, not of any decent quality if he hasn't moved and he's like a racket length away from the tee. So, like, not hard for him at this point. You attempt to play a reverse slice that goes to the middle. Again, no pressure on him. The moment you play a straight shot, he's like, oh shit. He's frantically running back. Oh, I didn't mute it. I didn't mean to mute. And yeah. If that isn't like a case of playing straights more, I don't know what is. Again, you play a cross. You play a cross serve, especially. You need to be extra careful. Again, also this is on his forehand side, so you've played a cross net shot on his forehand side. He's got way options basically. He can push it straight. He can push it cross. He can do like a straight drop. Yeah. So he just plays a straight net. And again, like we talked about earlier, you're even lower to the net this time. Like you've got to lift it. Like there's just nothing to do. Like you attempt to play a tumbling net again, which technically is a bit difficult. So it just wasn't going to work out. Better. Again, look, straight shot, difficult for him. Like, and the reason why he's like this, like his ankles are broken is because you've played so many crosses. Like he's just expecting them now. So like tactically, mentally, they're not as effective. Like there's no surprise factor to them anymore because you've only played those. So that like that tells me like you need variety. I assume that was a good flick. Maybe it was in, out. Okay, it was out. In or out? Yeah. So again, look, you play a straight lift, straight fast lift. Again, out. Like you're getting these easy points if you just play straight shots. Oof. I'm gonna assume that was a bad lift. I don't know. But freak accident. And like conversely for him as well. Like if he plays a flat, because like you also played a cross here, right? Yeah, you played a cross serve to his backhand side, and the backhand is actually it's more dangerous than the forehand side simply because the backhand has a smaller action, right? Because the backhand lift is like this, backhand flags like this, and it's easier because you're like he's right-handed, so he's like it's easier for him to play a straight and a cross. So if you play a cross on the backhand side, you've like got to be really careful. That's a dangerous situation you don't want to be in. But the same truths I've been talking about earlier still hold here. If you play cross, cover the straight. Unlucky. Oh. Again, like cross lift, he plays it straight, you're under pressure. Also, that was the third cross serve you played in a row. Variety. Yeah, you need to be like the footwork practice needs to be there too. You like that was a really high serve or high lift. Like you had a lot of time to get behind that. Nice. Better. That was in, right? So my suggestion here is here. I'm assuming you played a decent clear the shot before, so he's coming from that back left corner. You have time to play a straight shot. Like it doesn't even have to be that good. Like just get it over the net, not too high, and that would have been what I would have done instead of like this. This looks like a short and low lift. So, yeah. So here again, he's taking the shot this low. Your racket needs to be up. He plays, a really bad lift or a really bad net. Like if your racket was up, that would have been an instant kill. Yeah, flick height. Unlucky. That was two flicks in a row. Be careful. So the dude is trying to do what pros will occasionally do, which is they will intentionally play a net shot that is higher than normal so that it lands deeper. Um, if you pick up on this thing, like you need to be like a little bit more aggressive on the front because if you get to those early, that's an easy shot to kill. Yeah. Again, the cross serve. Like there hasn't been a single point you've won when you've played a cross serve, not in my memory. So like if I was your coach and this was a competition, I would just tell you just stop playing the cross serve altogether. Please smash straight. Uh, yeah, see? Like there's nothing wrong with playing a straight serve to the tee or to the middle. That's that's the default. Like that's the meta for a reason. So he plays across, you play across back. Yeah. Nice work. Oh, we're about to see another cross serve, aren't we? Yeah. Yeah. The cross serve also gives him more time, so that's why he was able to get that shot higher. No. Good. Good rally. I don't know why he chose to do a cross lift there. Too short. Good lift. Nice. Alright, so yeah, a few things. Yeah, you're under position. You're late, right? You're under pressure here. Not here. Here. Like this guy has a better idea of how to pressure. Like look at him. His racket is net height. He's closer to the net. So like if you play across and it's not a good quality, like it's gonna get punished. Like that was at least a racket length above the net. So yeah, like he just can take his time, just push it. Other thing that I want to mention in this rally. What else? Net, good. Your steps I don't know if am just noticing this now, but particularly in this rally, it's like a lot of hops chained together. There's not actually any like footwork going on. Like here. No, sorry. Yeah, one, two. Like your feet did not cross once at all. Like it was a lot of hops. And there's two things wrong with it. One, you're wasting a lot of energy. Two, it's slower. Um, and that it makes sense. That's why you're getting to those what I thought were easy shots to get to relatively late. So work on, your footwork in the rear court. Work on your crossovers, and that should be fixed. That was better. You were like ready for that shot. You were taking it higher. I like that. All right, so a few things. If you play a tumbling net shot like this, let's where is he taking the shot? He's taking the shot here, right? You don't need to be this far away. Like take your own personal experience, right? When he played a tumbling net shot on you and you were taking the shot here or here, what were you trying to do? You were just trying to play a straight shot. And it's really hard from this compromised position. Let's assume he does play a lift, right? If you're here and he does play a lift, this isn't all England. Like at this level, I would bet money that he can't get it to the back tram lines, right? At best, he's gonna get it to the far, like this side, like right in front of the first back line. If you're here, that's like one step, one and a half steps maybe. So be here, be past the tee, have your racket up, because if you're there, boom, right? But now you're the one under pressure. Yeah, again, you can get away with lower quality in the straight shots because they are faster. Like look right there, that was a like pretty bad flat lift, but it worked. Again, straight net shot, even though it was not that good of quality, gets you the point. All right, so let's take a look at his example. He sees you playing a net, like his base position isn't midcourt, right? Like, look, his right foot is almost at tee, and what does that let him do? Even though he could have like killed it if he had a little bit more discipline and was like a little bit more explosive, he's still able to punish it a lot more, and he just casually pushes it over your head. Okay, so I like this a lot more. Like this is how your flat lift should be. It should be holding it and then flicking at the last moment for both the cross and the straight shot. Um, I would say this base position is a lot better than what we were seeing earlier. I would still like to see it a little bit more forward and a little bit more biased for the straight shot. Aye, aye, aye. All right, so a few things. You you push him to this corner. Um, you don't need to be like in the middle. Like this base position is too towards the middle. Like it needs to be a little bit more biased straight, in my opinion. Or maybe the lift, or maybe the clear just wasn't long enough. I can't. Again, I can't tell. So just ignore what I just said. Better, better. Taking it higher, holding it to the last moment. I go. Just play it straight, dude. What happened there, bud? Okay, play cross serve. He plays a straight shot. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, 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 okay. Nice! Yes! Looks like he's trying now. He definitely could have just played it straight, but... Alright, so a few things. This is a better example of a reverse slice. You're not trying to slice it so much. You're just slicing it enough to change direction. A little bit more pace is fine. Problem is, again, if you play a cross shot, you're opening up the court. So you need to be like more prepared for the straight. Good. Here, the cross is good for a few reasons. One, his lift, or sorry, what was it? Was it a clear? Yeah. Yeah, so it was a backhand, like, reflex shot. So his lift was short, and he is so biased for the straight. Like, this right leg is here. So here, and this was a good quality. So here, the cross was a good risk to take. And I say risk because it is always a risk to play a cross shot. It's always a risk to play any shot, but it's more of a risk to play the cross. But here, good. I like this. Yeah, okay. Alright, so good flat lift. Good recovery shot. This is better. Good. 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 Yeah, let me see your footwork here. I can't see your footwork, Jesus Christ. So it looks like you're again not exactly like neutral. Like your left leg looks to be pointing towards this corner, which in a situation like this doesn't make any sense because you gave the lift. It looks a bit short. You need to be in a defensive neutral stance. That and just like footwork practice, it looks like this guy is actually just like seriously trying to play now and trying to end the game. But like if you notice, like he played a lot of straight shots, and like you were under a lot of pressure. So like keep that in mind. Like straight shots are what you use to build gaps, and then you use cross shots or straight smashes typically to finish the game or to finish the rally. Again, reverse slice not doing you any favors, man. Cool. All right. So the same points I would say apply here. Um, Two things. Like I'm trying to think of the words. So don't play so many cross shots. Keep in mind, basically, straight shots are movement pressure. Basically, speed. It challenges how fast the opponent is, just speed wise. Cross shots are agility challenges. It challenges how agile, how quick can the opponent move different directions, right? From a stable base position, challenging agility doesn't make sense because again, they're in a stable base position. So in the beginning of rally and when it's a stable rally, where it's like, it's not clear who has the advantage, you use straight shots for the most part, um, to challenge the movement speed and also because they're easier to defend against. Because if you play a straight, um, the, the the most common shot is to play a straight back. Um, the deadly shot is to play across, but that's the hardest shot for them to play against you. Conversely, if you play across, that's the hardest shot that you can play, like technically. The easiest shot and most common shot for them is also the most dangerous shot for you, a straight reply. So I would say basically, I would add these two things. One, really understand your shot selection. Why am I playing this cross? Why am I playing this straight? Um, is it wise for me to play three cross serves in a row, right? What are my opponent's weaknesses? How does my opponent react if I play this shot compared to this shot? I play this straight in this corner and like it's giving him a hard time. I'm gonna keep doing that until it doesn't work, right? And two would be variety, which I just touched on about. Um, like we saw near the middle of this video, the guy was basically conditioned to just get your crosses to the point where you play one rally, you suddenly play it straight, and his ankles are broken, which shouldn't happen because like the straight shots should be more common, right? Um, so add some variety. Don't always play cross nets, especially if you're not going to cover them. Don't play cross lifts again if you're not going to cover them. So it's a double-edged sword. I know that was a lot. This is a long video. I hope this helped. Um, you seem to like have some experience. You have the speed. You have the power. I think with like a little bit of tweaks that I've talked about in this video, you could probably beat this guy, for sure. Or at least give him a run for his money. So good luck, and everyone else, like and subscribe.